All right, so I'm recording. So, just to recap what we are doing, that I just talked to and that I should be recording, but I didn't. When new clients come about, you would just recreate them, and it's pretty simple. Just go to sales and then new client. Bam.
You want me on your screen?
Do you want what?
Oh, you
Oh,
want it on your screen?
never mind. I stopped sharing, didn't I? Let me get it going. Okay, now you can see it, right? So, recap, cancel. To be able to add new clients, you go to the sales portion and then you push new clients. And you enter as much of the information as you want here. And the automatic display name will be first name, last name, but I like to switch it around to do that. And obviously, if they have two last names, we want to put two last names because we have a lot of people with the same name. We put as many information as we can. If there's somebody else that's going to be making the payments for them that's more involved in the case, because maybe the other person's out of the country or the other person's detained, the main person who's the client, then you can put any kind of notes here in the notes. In CO, and Kara, Mom, Elizabeth, whatever. You can put whatever notes you want to do there. Sometimes in the past, what I've done here too is kind of put the total trust money that's available in the trust account, because I'll show you in my hourly cases how I have to kind of reconcile it, and it's not the easiest, but it's the only methodology I've had. I'm glad we're doing a recording while I eat. Sorry, the cleaning lady was here until 2. I haven't had a cleaning lady in forever because my husband does not like having him, because he's been stuck at home. So he was in surgery today, so I was like, I'm getting a cleaning lady. So I'm like, yeah, I'm here at my house. Okay, so that's how you do that. I'm going to cancel that because I already have one made up over here. So John Doe. Let me just find him. There it is. So here's a sample one I made. I was saying that for every invoice, you need to do a separate, for every item, you need to do this separate thing. So administrative, do one separate invoice, save and close. For the attorney's fees, separate invoice, save and close. For filing fees, so invoice is pretty simple. You select administrative fee. For attorney's fees, it's pretty simple as well. You select the product service as attorney's fees. You write whatever the contract is for right here, and then the total price. Okay. And over here, you can play with the due date if you want to. You can select it. So if it's a year contract, you can select a whole year. Yeah. Well, let's see. What does the terms mean? I don't know if you can play with that or not. I'm sure you could probably do a net due by a certain day of the month, due next month. I will let you play around with that if you want to. You can always go back and edit those invoices we've already made or that. So, and figure that out if you want to play. Okay. And then, so administrative is administrative. Attorney fees for flat fee cases are attorney's fees. My double screens are backwards here. Filing fees, and that's money that's going to go to immigration to pay for the filing fee, the quote that immigration charges. Those are always going to be labeled trust liability account or client trust right there. You're always going to select that, and then you can just type whatever the filing fee is for, and then the total fee there. But that's what it's always going to be, because later when I'm going to be writing the checks for that filing fee out of the trust account, I have to select this again to show the money in, money out.
Okay. How do you make sure they pay cash or credit card, or not credit card for those? Because I thought you said no.
Yeah, I can't do because with credit card, the credit card company takes money out of me, so I'm like, I'm not going to lose money out of that by just being the little transferring person. So how do we make sure they pay before I sign that check? I look at QuickBooks.
Like how they pay, because if I send them a statement and if that's on there, you know, I don't know how to tell them not to pay without.
And they can pay. They can always pay that. I can hold on to it for as long as they want me to. So,
okay. Well, I mean, like they pay it with like a credit card or something, or do they usually come in and pay it?
mm-hmm.
Typically, they come in. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
typically
if
they
they
come
had
in or
store
they
too.
send it in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, I guess when you send it online, it just says the statement in general. So I try not to. Actually, I don't try to create those invoices until we have the money,
Okay.
until I have the money,
Okay.
or until we're ready to mail it off. So I hold off on doing those filing fees as long as possible. So now the other type of cases that we use client trust account is my hourly cases, and these will be like paternity, divorce, guardianships. They're my family law cases. Again, the label again is trust liability client trust. I put the total retainer fee there.
Okay.
For these hourly cases, I don't mind if we use credit card. What later I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to transfer the money from the operating account to the trust account, but that's fine. I am fine paying that credit card fee for this, for the hourly divorce cases. So that's basically on QuickBooks. But one thing on these hourly cases is, well, how do we know how much money they have in their trust account, or they need to replenish it? And that's where we go to, are you seeing the My Case screen? No?
Yes.
Okay. That's where you go here. I'm trying to think of one. I probably don't have too much here, but let's see. Let's see if one transferred over.
And sorry if I cut out. My internet, Cox has been horrible since that outage we had a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to get them to fix it. So, but if it's recording, if I missed something little, I could catch it. But
so on my case here, obviously the previous entries have not transferred over, so I'm not really have anything to do. But when it's billing statement stays on these hourly cases, and maybe we need to like let you know and do some kind of spreadsheet to have those, so you know that these have to be a little more complicated, because we need to. I'm going to show you how I used to do it on Clio, and then we need to just replicate that on okay. Okay. So on this girl, she has outstanding balance. And this one I'm going to write off because this girl was so disgruntled with me and I kind of slacked off on her case. But anyways, so every month we want to make sure and create a bill for all my hourly cases. So my case has a similar thing like that. And sometimes I go back and change edits and make these free. Like this one, I made it 0, like, hey, we're not charging for this. For all the reasons of it, but you won't ever have to do that. I would say on these hourly cases, what I'm going to do is we probably need to do some kind of, again, some list, carry some lists. So then I know the day before we send out invoices, I need to go and look at these invoices for these hourly cases and give people, and see where I maybe need to trim it up. So like this one, and when I do, I'm like, okay, that was just a reply, so we're not going to charge for that. But the clients can see the time there. Anyways, like I said, this one's going to be written off, so I'm not even going to do anything about it. I'm creating the bill, This is the Clio old way. I don't know how in my case it works out, but I'm sure there's something similar. Prove. Okay. So the question then is, so we have all these bills here, and we need to see, does she have any money in trust account? Well, you see here, no. Okay, but let's say she just made a payment of $2,000. So then you would have to go here and you would add a transaction of $2,000 into the trust account. And she made it on such and such date. Okay, great, she did it. So then you would go back here and, or let's say, yeah, she gave a $2,000 retainer. And so she has all these bills. And so you'd be like, okay, well, we have $2,000, but obviously she's going to owe us more. But you the bill, or no, actually, well, you can record payment either way, record payment. And I'm playing around with this because this one's a bullshit case that I'm just going to write off anyways. So it was in the trust account. I'm moving it to operating, and I'm paying for the whole. And she has more bills. So let's go to her other bills. And because I still have at $451. And so, then I want to pay some of these off. So I'm going to.
Would you do the oldest first?
Yeah, I would do the oldest first. I'm not obviously not doing it here, but yes, I would do the oldest first. And then there's only 413.42. So there's still an amount outstanding. So you would take this because this is I've already worked this. She owes me this amount. I would create an invoice of this outstanding amount and put it in QuickBooks. So that's what I would bill her. I would bill this person this, and as well, I would make a separate invoice for the amount to replenish the retainer account. So if in the contract it says you have to, once your retainer is down to zero, you have to submit another $1,500 payment. You could do that as well. So you create 2 invoices. But that's how you kind of figure out, okay, what's the balance of it? And I'm pretty sure, my case does something very similar to that. It'll be a very similar process. But those are the ones that really need to be transferred over. And that's what I was telling AJ. I was like, there's some that I really need transferred over. And it's my hourly cases. I really don't care about the balances or anything on my flat fees so much, as long as I have the time entries. But I definitely want those hour stuff to come over. And we could use Clio for a little while. We have access to it for until January.
Okay.
But
yeah, I saw this morning. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, they're having issues, and I was like, I don't know. They were all telling me, and I was like, you know what? I don't know how to do with it. I'm gonna have the guy who we're paying to do with it. So yeah, figure out what the issue is. But that's kind of how that works. And see, Salvador owes me money. He owes me 628 because this is from July. Okay. Attorney fee, outstanding debt from the invoice of 7/31/2020. So this guy not only needs to replenish his retainer, but he also owes me funds. Where did he go? Yeah. It says he has money in trust account, but he really, see, that's wrong. This is one of those that needs to be updated. Or let me look. Oh no, see, 7/31, all those, at this time, all these equal. Oh, this is bothering me because it says he has a $500 trust account balance. But then, why do I say he owes me money of $700? Okay, so he owes $6 from this one. Oh no, so he owes 628.05. That's what he owes. But he doesn't have $500 in trust account. When did he make a payment? Yeah. That's not right. That can't be right. If he has $500 in trust account, and he made 2 payments? No. Why is there double payments there? That sounds like a mistake. This seems because there's no money there. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with this? Okay, 156.25 remaining in trust on 7/17/2019. Okay, that's 0 interest on 7/31/02. That's wrong somehow. No, I have, he put in $1,000 payment. Okay. So I have, okay. So now let's go to bills. This is what I do. Okay, so then maybe I'm wrong. He doesn't owe that much. He has no money in trust. I show he has money in trust, so that's me. Record payment, 440. Sounds like you're in a spaceship.
Might be my return air is right behind me.
No, okay. I was like, what? Okay, so I'm fixing this one. Somehow.
When we move, it'll be much quieter.
Okay. He has no money in trust. So 128.05 is what he owes. So then let me correct this. Credit memo. Okay, now we're good. Stanley owes 128.05. There's no money in trust here. So this, whatever number this is on my case, will have to match up with what's number here. That's a little more confusing. So we can do the hourly cases together so I can show you how to figure those out the next batch we have. But basically, the Clio and the My case is where we keep track of trust amounts. We make sure, because then that tells us our hours, and this is where we create the invoices for invoices for our hourly cases and determine how much money is left in trust. Okay, then I confused you all. What other questions do you have?
Okay. I had some that were like individual case as well, but first I wanted to go over, do you have a late payment, like the letter, the threatening letter of we're going to drop the case? Because I saw one on Dropbox, but it had your old logo on it.
Okay, we just need to update that then.
Okay.
You want to just update it? Yeah.
And then I don't know. Did you want me to go ahead and start putting the $50 late fee on them, or?
So we have some people who didn't make payments last month then?
Yes, you have like 25.
Yeah, let's go ahead and add the late fee.
Okay. Does that go as an attorney fee as well, or is it in there as a late fee? Oh, expenses late fee.
Yeah, let me see. In new transaction invoice. Let's see what I have here. I think it is. Yeah, just use that late fee right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was that one. These are the individuals. Let me see. I'm gonna do those last probably. There are a bunch of write-offs still in QuickBooks. Do you want me to send you that list that I have?
Did he write any of those off, Trevor?
He said he did, but they weren't all of the ones that are on that list that we had going, the client billing list where you had put need to write off and stuff. They weren't all sent to him.
Okay.
So do you want me to send those to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll send that to you when we.
Okay.
Just did it on my phone then. All right. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So annoying. Did you hear me about the credit balances on QuickBooks? I just didn't know if that was like a normal or if those all needed to be taken off as well.
What? Oh, the minus ones were the ones that are just minus. We need to probably create an invoice on those so they're not minuses. So maybe we just need to ask Trevor what he wants to do with how he wants me to do them, because I know there's some of them are old ones. Okay. So how he wants me to look at them, and if he wants me to create an invoice, we'll create an invoice, and that way they're not no longer in the negatives.
Okay. Individually.
Okay.
Gomez Armando you put on there he hasn't signed a contract. Has he now or?
No, he hasn't. He's my friend, and he was like, I'm ready to start on everything. I'm like, okay, well, let me send you everything, because he's kind of flaky like that. So I sent him all those invoices too. And I was like, hey, and I'll send you the contracts too. And I think I emailed him the contract or whatever, and he hasn't paid it. So I need to probably just follow up with him and be like, hey, dude, do you want to do this or do you not want to do this? So, because otherwise.
Just that one alone until at some point somebody says something to me.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Yeah.
Okay, and then Ma Guadalupe, I didn't look her up. M.A. Guadalupe, I don't know if that means mom or if that's her name.
It's funny. That's short for Maria.
Oh.
And on the birth certificates, it actually says M.A. period. And then for Jesus, it's just a J. So all their legal documents have,
I noticed that on here. And I can't.
so I have, okay, M.A. Guadalupe, Maria de la Luz. I don't, do you remember her last name?
I can't say their names. It's so bad. No. You look up Gona.
Okay, Gaona.
Yeah.
Ah, there she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's on there with her.
With Tomas. So there's two of them right there, right? She's underneath. She's a sub-client of the guy.
Okay.
And that's because her husband, we had did something for him, and then she became the main client for another matter. And so I just grouped them together because it's Tomas is the one that's paying everything.
Okay. But she was a new client and I didn't see her $2,000. I don't know if that's a retainer. Is that first charge that they get? Is that a retainer?
Yeah, it's a retainer, but it's a flat fee. Wait a minute. This was for $2,000, you said.
Yeah, she was a new case in July. No, in August. She was sent to me. Let me see.
Okay, let me see where we at. Because I'm obviously paying, I paid something. Somewhere I'm paying. See, there's, okay, the filing fee. There it is. It's right here. I know, and it got put under his, but there it is. My computer's lost. We moved our Wi-Fi into my son's room
I can make.
so he could connect directly his video games to it because he kept getting mad that it would always just freeze up. So I was like, fine, take it to your room. But the room's like, it's several walls away from my office here in the house. So it's a little small.
Okay, now I see it's actually in May. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just I overlooked that date. Okay, never mind.
It's okay.
Then Ayala Norman.
Oh, Norma Ayala. Okay.
Norma.
Um,
Right better apparently.
were you asking about Esther's question?
Yes.
I corrected it. I did.
But the FBI fees and the filing fee, I didn't see an invoice created for that one.
And I think is she an hourly client?
I'm not sure how to tell.
Let me tell you. That's an attorney fee.
I asked Esther and she said that it hadn't been invoiced yet.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think what happened was I didn't have the contract and I had to enter the payment in, so I just made it a very like, okay, I have $600 of her, so I'm going to create an invoice just for $600. Usually that's not, I like to, when I create these invoices, know the exact complete amount so I don't have to do that. But it was one of those days that I was in a rush and I was like, I'll fix it later. I bet this isn't a flat fee. Yes, you're right. It's not. So then we do need to invoice the filing fees. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, it's a flat fee case. So, because it's an attorney fee. So, and then on my hourly cases, my contract is different. You'll see it. It like mentions more. It's a longer contract. Okay. It's bilingual. So on hers, then we need to create for the FBI fees. Did we? I don't think I've made the check yet for that. Have I? Has it been filed? No, I don't think so. Esther, I would have seen that money. So we haven't created the filing fees. So it'd be new transaction invoice. I think it's 262. Okay. So client trust, this will be think that's the fee. That might be the divorce fee. I'm not sure, but it'll be a client trust. Here's the one little trick thing. So when we do FBI fees, I'm going to leave that blank until I confirm that. I'm not
Okay.
going to charge the fine. Okay. Um, on the FBI fees, because the FBI we had to pay with my credit card, I invoice that, not client trust. I invoice it as a filing fee. This won't be a client trust, but it's, so then I put FBI. Because we use my credit card for it, and I don't want to like have to move over just $18 for that. So, yeah.
Okay.
And then when we do have the filing fee amount, yes, that will be a client trust amount.
Okay. Anytime it's a filing fee, it's client trust.
Yeah, except minus FBI or OSBI because those are used credit cards. I have to pay with my credit card for that. So.
Okay. And on those, like if those come through, do you want me to talk to you about them or do you want me to start trying to put those in?
You could try putting them in and just tell me so then I can go back and double check them.
Okay. And what's the best way to tell you? I know your email is like swamped and that's why I'm always like, I sent an email, but I'm going to text you.
You want to, you can send me a Slack message.
Okay.
Or text me. Yeah, regular text me. And I'll get it. Yeah, because my emails, for some reason, well, some darn reason, it's not, it's purposeful. I'm just kind of like, it's less urgent in my emails.
Yeah.
I do see it, but I'm just kind of like, So yeah, if you're like, hey, can you double check this in between your meetings with your clients or something real quick, I'll squeeze it in. So
yeah. Okay. So that was all of that one. Perdon de la Cruz, Fidel?
He hasn't made a payment in a while.
Okay, yeah, you said wait to send because you guys were working on his case.
Yeah, and I haven't talked to him yet, but I will be able to keep on working on his case because I had to do some research first. Yeah, go ahead and send it.
Okay.
And I'll be calling him this week to discuss his case. Yeah. So.
I got his address. Lopez Diaz Irving.
Oh, this guy.
He has a really old invoice, but you said keep it open because you're still working with him, but I don't think he made a payment or anything.
No, he hasn't. I don't even know if I can track him down. I need to stick the hounds on him, like call him and text him. So I usually what I do is tell him, hey, I trick him and I say, hey, I have something from immigration. And then they call and I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to give you an immigration update. Please call us. And then they call. I'm like, oh, you haven't made a payment. You need to make a payment.
Yeah.
And they make a payment. And then I'm like, oh, it's just pending. That's what I used to say. So.
Nice. All right. And then the 3 people you said that were never charged, you sent an email because it looked like somebody did the credit card payment wrong. It was Benjamin Queller, Benjamin Elias, and Marina Para.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I needed to send, because I saw on QuickBooks they have a invoice open. I didn't know if I needed to send that to them or wait or.
No, we can't. Let's just do credit memos.
Okay.
Yeah. These people were lucky because I'm like, these were just simple like consultations. So
Hey, sorry.
that's all right. Yeah, just like that. All right. What else? I'll let you do the rest.
Okay. And then, okay, the rest are HR things, I believe. Oh, except one more from this morning. Sweet Maria, she'll call me every once in a while, and I feel bad if I can't answer her questions.
Yeah.
But like this morning, she had one for Samuel Hernandez.
Okay.
She said that they were supposed to pay some kind of charge. It said, I think she said $1,700, and she said it sounded like a psychologist charge. I was like, I don't know how to help you. I don't know if she ever figured it out, but I was like, I don't know if I should look somewhere to see if I can find that besides QuickBooks and maybe Clio. I didn't even see them in Clio at all. So this is more like, what should I be trying to look at whenever she might call and ask?
I don't even see this person. Samuel Hernandez?
Samuel Hernandez. I think I just put in Samuel and he came up. But I didn't see anything, and I was like,
It says Samuel Dedsa. I see Hector Reyes, Carranza, and Samuel Pina. Let me see. Samuel. I don't see it here. That name sounds familiar, but I'm trying to think of who it is.
It's coming up as Hernandez Juan, or Juan Samuel Hernandez is the one that I looked at.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Juan.
I didn't even know where else to look, and I didn't see them on Clio.
He's in my case.
Okay. Well, I looked there too, and I didn't see him, but maybe I looked up the wrong name now that I'm looking at it.
So they have a yeah, it's a Vawa, and ever he came with his wife.
Like I said, I don't know if she's figured it out by now, but I just was like,
it's this guy right here. And I see I didn't have time to move everything, but there's his name. So his contact information isn't there. And he only has one last name. I'm like, what's your second last name? And he's like, I just have one. As you can see, we have two other with Hernandez possibilities. Mm-hmm. So that's why you can go ahead and add this thing here. But I mean, they paid their attorney's fees in full. So the only other fee that they might be talking about is their filing fee, which is $1,225. And then if they're doing a psychologist hardship evaluation, that's what the psychologist, we don't charge anything of that. We don't deal with that fee or anything.
So. Okay. Well, I'll tell her that next time if it is that. She didn't seem sure, and I don't think she wanted to bother you this morning.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know where else to look or help you.
Yeah, I can go ahead and create this invoice here because I know he's going to have this invoice. Client trust. This is the only one he might have in the future. But sometimes what the clients do is they'll bring me like a blank check and I'm like, well, I can just send this straight to immigration. So then that's why sometimes I don't like creating this invoice too early, because sometimes they bring me or money orders that are blanks. And I'm like, well, why would I deposit it just so I can write my own check whenever it doesn't matter? I don't need it to be specifically from my law firm. So actually I might go ahead and delete that. Yeah. Just because I don't want it around. Because what happens is it becomes an open invoice and it's like, again, it becomes kind of looking like a liability in my accounting.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, what other questions do you have?
All right, yeah, the rest are HR, should be pretty quick.
Okay, go ahead. While I do this little thing, go ahead and ask me if you want to.
Okay. Do you
Okay.
still do Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delta Dental, and the Vision savings account still? Did I lose you?
VSP for vision.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why I didn't write that. Do you still do the health savings account? I saw.
I don't do a health savings account. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put that one off there then. I saw some sort of information about it, and I was like, I don't think we do that. Okay, I didn't find the 401k info on
Okay.
Dropbox or anything, so I didn't
Let
see anything.
me let me add it. Oh, that's who's driving me insane, the 401k stuff. Um, let me find some stuff, some forms for that and put them on there. I have a 401k account folder. I think it's just on my own private one, and I'll move information over to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but they're wanting the most recent Blue Cross Blue Shield statement or invoice. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was it he was wanting?
And then he wanted the date, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
renewal dates.
I emailed that to him, and sorry, I didn't CC you. I should have CC'd you. I emailed him the invoice, I think on Saturday, and then this morning, Delta Dental answered my question, and they said it's March 1st. VSP has not answered my question, but I presume they're the same date. I'm pretty sure those were both done the same time.
Okay. All right. So that was those. And did you want me to start putting new hires in Gusto, or are you still going to do that?
No, I think I would like for you to do it. So I was going to send an email showing, welcome them in, introducing you with their current email, so then you can get them running on Gusto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't. I found a confidentiality agreement you put on Dropbox. Is that the one you were wanting to use?
I think that's, I mean, okay to use. I don't know, unless you want to make sure it has all the information that we need. You might want to look and see if there's any other ones. You might reach out to the HR people at Gusto and be like, hey, do you have any better? They might have some sample documents and
Okay.
just, yeah.
All right. And then I didn't find a non-compete or the emergency contact ones. I found some drafts that were online or templates, and I put those in there for now. I didn't know.
Yeah, you know what? I think on the emergency contacts, as long as I think you update Gusto with that, to me, that would be fine.
Okay, that's what I was wondering too, because I
Making sure
saw it was
people
on
just have
Gusto.
their emergency contacts in there listed in Gusto. Yeah. And then non-compete, I don't have one of those. So I don't know. I mean, to me, that almost seems, I don't know if I need it or not. Somebody just told me about it, like you should have one. And then I was like, why?
Okay. I
Because
think
to me, I'm like, okay, it seems all more like it's more official people who use non-compete agreements. So I don't know if we need it or not. So maybe just research
that
it.
like somebody that like invents something or a certain type of business.
Yeah. I've seen people, or use it like media markets. Like if you're a news person for like Fox 23, you can't go work for a rival news station for like a year or something.
Yeah.
So, but
Like
to
when I
me,
worked at Valmont, you couldn't work somewhere that made poles for a year because you couldn't like steal their designs and stuff.
well, so then, I mean, that's kind of wouldn't, I kind of like that too, to a certain degree, because I don't want somebody to steal my way of doing things. I don't know if all staff needs it, but maybe the attorneys do. Because I don't want to be like,
Yeah, that
oh,
would make more
learn
sense.
this, and I'm going to use Lorena's methodology of doing things. Although I'm not, I don't know.
Yeah, I just put that one on Dropbox.
Okay, I'll look it over, and you know what? I'll ask my fellow lawyers and see if they use those for their staff. So
Okay.
they know that I might be like, yeah,
And I did put the formal disciplinary policy in there
yeah,
so they know that it's what it
mm,
is.
yeah.
But okay, I think that's all. Yeah, just like a list of new hires or send me whoever's a new hire and I can get them
Okay.
started on there. Um, let me make sure there wasn't anything else. Oh, on the monthly client payment sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't keep it as up to date this month like I probably would have because I noticed like when there's a new payment, like their balance is constantly changing on a lot
Yeah.
of them. So I wasn't sure if you wanted me to do that like a certain day of the month or just kind of.
Oh, you know what? And honestly, you don't need to keep that. I thought that was just a nice way for you to have a nice clean start. But the
Okay.
current balance, I mean, we can look at QuickBooks for that. But I think looking what the monthly payments and the day of the payment, that's good to have on there.
Yes.
And
That's what I use to
okay. Yeah.
send statements and stuff. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, if she wants the balances, I will put them on there, but they might not be right by the time you look at it.
Right. No, I think I was just like, hey, we need to at that time I just wanted it so you would know exactly this is what it is. And so, but definitely that doesn't need to be kept up to date because we can just look at QuickBooks.
Okay. Well, hopefully I didn't stress you out anymore.
No, it's okay. It's, you know, it's crazy. I do more admin stuff than I do lawyering. So it's going to be interesting. And it's going to be interesting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where I'm just going to be doing consultations pretty much all day. So,
Yeah.
although I looked at my calendar, I'm like, it's not crazy full yet. So I'm like, I'm okay. I have some breaks. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if I can get to where I can help you more on at least the accounting side and invoicing and stuff.
Yeah. Or just setting up HR. And once, yeah, getting that set up will be helpful too, because I'm kind of like, like I said, I have some people that I'm like, they're eligible for health insurance. They're eligible for this stuff. I need to get them going and figured out how to do it. And then that way the new hires, you can just know how to roll with them and get them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering, who all's eligible and has been like offered. I didn't know if you wanted to send the offer out to who all's eligible, even if they already have insurance, so they re-up or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think whenever we re-enroll, and maybe the guy will give us all that information. That, yeah. But yeah, like I definitely need to get, and I don't even think, because it's just transferring Blue Cross Blue Shield. So I just need to offer that to, it's Nancy, Maria, and then if you want it too, you're the other one. So,
okay. Well, thank you.
So that, and then also vision and dental and vision, and I think those policies are in the handbook, the employee handbook that I have. There's one in there about that, like how much I paid for that, how much it's not, how much do I match the 401k, and so yeah.
Okay. I think. Are you going to be able to send this recording? It wouldn't let me record it. I don't know why, but yeah. Are you able to send it to me?
I'll share it with you, and I'll load it up on. I'll find a spot somewhere on Dropbox to put it, but also share it with you.
Okay, because I'll probably refer back to this before I try to ask you 100 questions.
Sounds good. No, I like it. Good.
Okay, well, that was all I had.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Bye.